Hey everyone, it's TT here. So if you're watching this, then I have officially launched my YouTube channel and there's a lot to talk about, and this is a totally unscripted video, so I'm not going off some kind of script or something that was planned. This is just me being real with you about what my YouTube channel is, what it's about, what I look forward to, and I look forward to getting to know my audience, my viewers, both anyone that's now, which I know it's few, but anyone in the future. I can't wait to see where this goes and just the path that I believe God is taking this YouTube channel down. And I wanted to talk to you guys kind of a little bit about what the purpose of the YouTube channel is here in this video. Just make it really raw and real and just let you get the full picture of what it is, who I am, and where I've come from, where I plan on going. And I have my cat in here. His name is Chandler. See, yep, he's already coming up here. So let me just show you real quick. This is my cat, Chandler. Hopefully, you'll see him in a lot of fun videos. He likes to get up here, so he may sit up here and he might get in the way of the camera. If he does, I'll try and kind of scoot him out of the way gently. But yeah, so I'm TT, y'all. I go by TT. My name is technically Tyler Thomas, but I go by TT for short. That's kind of been like a nickname that in college people kind of started giving me, and I didn't really care for it as much. I was kind of like, no, like, bro, my name's Tyler. But and some people call me Thomas. I have like two first names, so like Tyler Thomas. So I've had people, sorry. I've had a lot of people call me like I'll say, "Hey, my name's Tyler Thomas." And they'll be like, "Oh, hey Thomas." They think my name's Thomas or whatever. They address me by that or even Trevor, I don't know. So if a Trevor is watching this, what up, y'all? So uh but yeah, anyways, so a little bit about where I've come from. I've been interested in weather ever since I was like 5 years old. My parents could probably tell you a little bit more about exactly how young I was when I started to kind of really get into weather and pick up on that. But ever since, as far as I can remember, even my earliest memory is something about being in like a storm shelter. And that's like usually a traumatic thing. But I was like almost 2 years old and basically was in a storm shelter, and then I don't remember anything else before that or slightly after that. I don't really know what my other earliest memory is technically, but technically that was like my earliest one. So I'll tell you that story real quick. It was May 3rd, 1999, and we were basically there was tornadoes all across Oklahoma, and I'm from Oklahoma. I'm born and raised here in Oklahoma my whole life. Still live here. Um, don't know if that'll ever change, but for right now, I can honestly say I've always lived here and I still do. But sorry, my cat is in the way. I'm just gonna put him down real quick. Sorry, y'all. So May 3rd, 1999, there was a big tornado outbreak in Oklahoma that was taking place. Tornadoes were everywhere. No one was expecting. And if you're familiar with weather and the weather world and crazy tornadoes that happen in Oklahoma's history, for example, El Reno, I believe that was 2011. Fact check me, 2011 or 2013. I can't remember. Big tornado, biggest tornado in history hit El Reno. So that's another one that I remember watching and seeing happen, like when I was young, watching on the news. But my memory always, my earliest memory goes all the way back to 1999, May 3rd. And we were basically at home, from what I can gather, and these tornadoes were taking place. And my grandmother, my great grandmother, who has since passed since then, her property had a storm shelter, and they were the only ones we knew that was closest to us that we could go and be like, "Hey, let us get in your storm shelter." So we had time, so we got in the car, we go. I don't remember much. All of the details are really fuzzy. My mom kind of told me a little bit more of what happened that day. So apparently we pull in and it like there's a storm coming through, and we're under a tornado warning. I don't know where the tornado is at this point. I really don't remember. But then after that, basically all I remember is being in the storm shelter and seeing my grandmother holding like those little old Western style like lanterns that you put like kerosene or like fuel or whatever in. I think it's kerosene. And she was just kind of holding it in her lap and just kind of talking, and then that's it. But I can honestly say my earliest memory is like a tornado event. And while most people would be traumatized by that, I found that interesting. So Going forward in history, like I said, I don't remember exactly when kind of picked it up and I was like, hey, I want to be a weatherman. Like, I really want to be a weatherman. But all through life, I've just always found it interesting. I would cry if I couldn't go storm chasing and there was a tornado like one county over or nearby, and it was like so close that you could kind of see it. I'd go upstairs in our house. I'd just kind of look in the distance and be like, come on, okay, there's a tornado in the distance. Like, can I see it? Like, I've always been kind of like a storm chaser at heart. Now, fun fact, I have never seen a tornado in real life. Now, okay, so the caveat is we were on vacation one time in Florida last year in 2025 or 2025, and I saw one. We were in Miami, and so we saw like a water spout in the distance. So technically, that is a tornado. But I ever seen any other kind of like tornado on land other than that? I really haven't. And so every time that I've actually been storm chasing, it never produced a tornado. So I guess you could say I'm not a great storm chaser. I've never done hardcore real storm chasing though, because I've just not had anyone to go with. Because let me just put that out there: storm chasing is dangerous. You can die from it. There was a lot of people from, like, especially professional storm chasers like Tim Samaras and some other people that were well known in the weather community that died storm chasing the El Reno tornado. And like I said, I think it was 2011 or 2013, whichever, um, a while ago. But it was such a tragic event to hit the weather community. And so I have made a promise, especially to my wife, to never be that stupid to go and storm chase alone, because there's just too many variables, too many things that could happen. And even if you have a professional going with you and you both know, or a group of people and you all know what you're doing, it's still dangerous. Um, to always do it in a smart way, and honestly try and stay out of other people's way the best you can. Always be mindful, but that's not what this is about, obviously. So I told you my fun memory, and then later on in life, I got this picture. So you may have see this in one of the other videos. So this is me getting to visit a like News Channel 4 KFOR in Oklahoma City, and I don't know if you can see that like very well, but that's basically me with a weatherman named David Payne. He's really famous here in Oklahoma. If you're ever familiar with him, he works for another news station now in Oklahoma City area. But I got to go up there. That was my fifth grade year. So I was like about 10, 11-ish years old. And that was just awesome. I got to see him do the weather forecast live in person off to the side. And you got getting to see him in front of a green screen. So that was phenomenal, and that only enhanced my passion and desire to want to be a meteorologist. Um, well, fast forward, I get into college, and you can go watch my trailer that I have also releasing today here on May 3rd. But and basically going back to my earliest memory, that's why I've chosen May 3rd this year, 2026, to launch my YouTube channel, because that's my earliest memory, and it was such a profound day in history, in Oklahoma's history. And so I wanted to launch it on the anniversary of that, because really my channel is all about wanting to show you the weather can be fun to learn about. The weather can be taken seriously, but also you can have fun with it too. And I just want to be able to share my passion and joy and desire for weather and meteorology with you, my audience. But again, sorry, side note, or rabbit trail, whatever you call it. So we go forward in history, and my trailer will explain a lot more about this, but I really kind of had a hard time sticking with doing meteorology, and I felt like it was because I let other things take priority, or I just felt like I wasn't smart enough. So whatever it is that truly caused it, I just didn't beat myself into submission enough to make it through my first few years in college. So I kind of dropped out. Later on in life, a few years later, in the year 2020, I had the opportunity to try and go back again to the University of Oklahoma. Lasted one semester, and then was just like, oh my gosh, this is hard, y'all. So I ended up choosing to walk away from that and to do something different. I'll spare you those details, but The last few years, there's just been little seeds that I feel like God has been planting and has been kind of telling me, "Hey, Chandler, come here, buddy." That he's been kind of nudging me back in that direction. And every time I try to leave, it seems like God redirects me back towards it. It's like I'm not truly happy or satisfied or content doing anything else. And so, but every time I go back to weather, I'm like, I just can't see myself doing anything other than that. It's just, that's what I'm most happy about. And whenever I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel, it wasn't necessarily going to be about weather at first. Uh, I would listen to some online like YouTube coaches, and there's a lot of great ones out there. But a lot of them would say, well, how do you pick a niche or a topic? And the most common one was, well, pick something that you could talk all day about, like, or that you could literally talk for hours about. And the only thing that I could really talk all day about was weather and meteorology. So not that my YouTube channel is going to be all about that. I'll get to that part in a second, but I really just kind of said it's got to be about weather. But I also don't want to just be this rando guy on the internet that's making weird weather challenge videos or whatever. Although that is fun, I want to be able to say that I'm a meteorologist and have knowledge and teach you guys along with me learning along that journey. Sorry, Chandler's still down here, my cat. But I wanted to be able to kind of come from a place of expertise. So right now, I am in school with the University or Mississippi State University out of Starkville, Mississippi, and phenomenal college that I've come to know. A lot of great instructors that I've gotten to experience so far in my classes. But I am on the path of becoming a legitimate meteorologist. And it may be a few years, but I'm going to start making videos, doing fun weather challenges along the way. I'm going to share with you my progress along the way in the community space here on YouTube. But I wanted to start this YouTube channel because I want to show you that weather is freaking awesome. Just seeing a tornado form, well, I will say it's terrible to see the destruction that can happen, but it's still just seeing Mother Nature and all the processes that lead to like a mid-latitude cyclone forming or a hurricane forming in the Gulf or the Atlantic, and how that forms, all the processes, and how ice forms, melts, evaporates, all that stuff. It's so intriguing to me, and it's just I find science so fun to learn about. So this is me starting my journey about what this channel is going to be. We're going to make fun YouTube videos about doing fun weather experiments, challenges. Like, for example, one I have coming up and cooking up for y'all is going to be where I challenge ChatGPT to a weather forecast duel. So if you're watching this in the future, that's already been released, go watch it. But those style of videos where like I do some kind of challenge, can I turn someone into like a weather enthusiast? I don't know. Like it's all gonna be a fun journey, y'all, and we're gonna experience this together. And I'm doing this for you because I really want to show you weather is fun and it's freaking awesome. So I hope you subscribe to this channel. If you made it this long, please consider liking and subscribing this video and subscribing to this channel. Y'all, it's going to be a wild ride, and we got some great stuff, great ideas that we're cooking up for you. So without further ado, TT out. I'm not out. Anyways, bye, y'all.